Sorry, this is my second attempt at this. I messed up previously. I did the down clues first because I saw the clue about gypsum, and I got all excited because I used to teach chemistry. And I thought, oh, it's definitely calcium sulfate. But then I saw that it was 725, and so I thought, oh, it's plaster of Paris. And I put in plaster 1 down, and then of Paris 2 down. And it was quite a little time later that I realised that actually it should be plaster as 2 down, and of Paris as 1 down. So that was not a great start. I then I drew up outside that's peculiar, and I thought it was an anagram of I drew, that means that's peculiar, so I wrote in weird. Then I got 4 down. I really thought I was going to nail this, and it has taken me all day to do this crossword. It's been a nightmare, and I thought I was getting better at them, and now I feel like I'm getting worse at them. Anyway, body of troops, maybe going to fire, and I thought about a group of soldiers, regiment. We had Saturday, we had regimen, which is almost a regiment. So I went through things, and I came up with brigade, which is a body of troops, and of course you have the fire brigade. So I was pretty happy at this point, thought I'm nailing this. Then I thought, I saw what's not true about material texture. What's not true is a lie. So I was pretty confident that lie was in there somewhere, but I couldn't really make sense of it. It's drier in the bathroom. I thought might be some sort of anagram maybe of dryer or something, but no joy. Then this was the thing that absolutely stuffed me. I always think I'm quite good at the multi-part clues, where it's a phrase made out of several words, because I'm, thought I'd be good at that. What the dissatisfied broadcaster may do, and so the long word is down the middle, gesturing at the thing that you can't see. What the dissatisfied broadcaster may do. 9, yes, so it's 9 down, and it's 9 letters. And sometimes broadcaster means a sower, so it's like a farmer sowing seeds and things. So I got very obsessed with that it's sower something, and I couldn't think what the something was. So I duly moved on. Presumably I moved on to 14 down. The usual way to go around at home. First time round, I got nothing on that. Argue about being given a place in a poor side. I did get this quite soon afterwards, but not at my first flush. I was quite annoyed about that. Gossip circle will generate some heat. Took me a surprisingly long time, and that didn't make me very happy. Flimsy timber used for putting up a plinth. Well, I thought flimsy timber was possibly balsa. A slab, up a plinth, a slab. It's quite nice, I suppose, but I don't know why a plinth has to be a slab, but I guess it is. Watered silk one gets in greater quantity. Nothing, not a clue. The tackle I had is inflexible, and I thought was I'd. I thought it ended ID. And then I couldn't quite think of a word for tackle, and then I thought, oh, well, my fishing tackle, so it's a rig. So you end up with rigid as inflexible. So that's all the down clues I could do. Now I went back up to 7 across, and of course I had plaster of Paris the wrong way round. So I had the L and the F the wrong way round. And I thought it was an anagram of trifle, and so I thought it was lifter. But that didn't make any sense with using a percolator, because of course using a percolator is probably filter. And that's when I realised I'd got plaster and of Paris the wrong way around. So not terribly clever. 8 across. One from another play appearing among the actors in Othello. So it's in actors in Othello. So it's the end of actors and into Othello. And you have Orsino. 10 across. Sounds like a more certain underwriter I got, although I've never actually heard of someone called an assurer. Sounds like a more certain underwriter. Sounds like a more certain assurer. Sounds like telling you that it's not spelt the way it's, it's pronounced, as it were. That's why I've got the extra S in it. Sounds like a surer underwriter. I've never heard of an assurer, but I guess that's a thing in insurance worlds. By the end of spring, hybrid rose is a prickly bush. So end of spring is G. Hybrid rose means a rearrangement of rose. So this was gorse. Then we've got 12 across, topped with a bit of nice decoration. So it's in nice decoration. So it's iced, as in the end of nice and the beginning of decoration. 13 across restores a fragment in the manuscript. That did nothing for me. And I had to move on because I couldn't get anything out of that. Right now, a tree looks different. Okay, so I sort of disapprove of this clue because the definition is tree, and that sits in the middle, and then the look different at the end. So, it could be a tree looks different, and I spent a long time wondering whether there was an anagram of a tree that would fit. But eventually I thought it's right R, now A, and make an anagram of that to find a tree, and it's Rowan. But I wasn't happy because, as I say, I don't think the word tree should sit there in the middle. But of course, this is my naivety of crosswords that I just think they have to be very, very straightforward, and they can be a little bit more complicated than that. What the dissatisfied broadcaster may do, I thought it was going to be something. I even at one point wrote in an O and an A, and that wasn't desperately helpful. The next one is 22 across, concerning a pugilistic contest. I got this. This is a bout, as in a boxing bout, and about meaning concerning. 23, trimmer vessel. I immediately thought it was cutter, which of course doesn't fit, and I spent some time worrying about it until I came up with clipper, as in a thing that trims for trimming your hair, a clipper, and a kind of boat, a clipper. So a nice clue, I thought. 1 of 4 on the fiddle is going to be string, because there are 4 strings on a violin, which is another word for fiddle. Mechanical device for switching points. I thought it's got to be an anagram of points. And piston, which is a mechanical device, is indeed an anagram of points. So, I mean, by the time I got here, and goodness me, it took me a while to get here. Excuse me, I'll have a quick slurp of my drink. It took me a heck of a while to get here. I've now got quite a lot of it filled in, but I'm not much the wiser about the stuff that's missing. What's not true about material texture? Well, the I there really fed into this idea that the word was lie. And then I thought about often means re. So if that's re, then it's not lie, it's fib. Oh, so long. Just shocking. It's drier in the bathroom, and I just looked at that and said, "Oh, it's towel," which is a fun fun clue and a fun answer. I'm nowhere on this, so I'm looking at 13 across. Restores a fragment in the manuscript. I did get this, but I'm not entirely sure I understand why. I suppose a manuscript is MS, and a fragment could be the end of something, and then restores is mens. So I got mens because that's restores. And I think I got the manuscript might be MS, but I wasn't really very happy with it. And I think I wrote it in quite gently because I thought, oh, this is probably wrong. But still can't do the dissatisfied broadcaster, very depressed. The usual way to go around at home. Well, I came to the conclusion that at home was in, as in I'm in because I'm at home. And then I stared at it for a while and I realised that it's not poot so much as root. It's the word root with in inside. So it's routine, usual, way, route, to go around, in, at home. So, classic sort of cryptic nonsense, but I was very slow to get there. Now, this I worked out without understanding what the word means. I mean, not what the word means, but that it's a word I'd never seen before. One gets in greater quantity, and I thought greater quantity was more. And then obviously you put an I in the middle of more, and you get moya, which is apparently silk with a kind of rippled, watery effect that's been induced by heating and stuff. So I'd never heard of moya, but a lovely thing about a cryptic crossword is that I knew that was the answer, even though I'd never heard of what moya was. Then I must have got one of these. Argue. Yes, so I thought there was an anagram of side in here somewhere, but we've got a T there. So that sort of limits slightly what you can do with it because there's no T inside. There's no I in team. No, that's wrong, isn't it? And so once I'd put side in, then I was able to say that I then got put. So argue, dispute about being given a place, so put into a poor side, into an anagram of side. So I was quite pleased when I got that. Gossip circle will generate some heat. I was thinking it was hot something, but then I realised this must be ring. And then I thought, well, gossip could be to gas. And then I was stuck. But eventually, I gave up on the idea that broadcaster was a sower, somebody, like a farmer or something, and might actually be a broadcaster, and that it might be airing something. And although I was obsessed with the fact that the word freelance fits in there, I did eventually come up with grievance. And there we go. And I'm going to say that my name is Mice Ilium because I've been having a go. Oh, first on the leaderboard. Okay, lots of other people have found this difficult because I wasn't expecting to be anywhere near first. I feel a bit bad because I've rattled through this at great speed. And obviously I didn't really do it in 15 minutes. I've taken all day to do it. So let's have a little look at the leaderboard and see who is there. All the usual people. There's Oh Dear. Now that's an honest person who has had it open on their computer all day, well, for a chunk of the day, And whenever the window has been open, the time has been going up. But they got there. Um, I wonder whether Dav did the same. Dav's probably just a genius. I've done it on paper, and now I've just typed it in. I didn't know until now that it was going to be correct. Anyway, I do hope tomorrow's is. Do I hope tomorrow's is easier? Yeah, I think I hope tomorrow's is easier. Um, but hopefully I'm getting better at them. I don't feel like I'm getting better at them. I feel like I'm getting worse, but I'm going to stick at it. Anyway, bye bye.